Good morning, students. Let's continue the chapter. We have started the second lesson of our civics book, Understanding Secularism. So our next topic is why it is important to separate religion from the state. So as discussed above, the most important aspect of secularism is its separation of religion from the state power. This is important for a country to function democratically. Almost all countries of the world will have more than one religion group living in them. Within these religious group, there will most likely be one group that is in a majority. If majority religious group has access to state power, then it could quite easily to use this power and financial resources to discriminate against persecute persons of the other religion. So as we have read that India is a secular country, we are not giving importance to any one religion. All religion are equal. So what will happen if we will give the importance, or any other country is giving importance to one religion? That religion shows their power to the another religion, or they try to depress that persons who are in the minority. So this tyranny of the majority could result in the discrimination, corruption, at times even the killing of religious minorities. The majority could quite easily prevent minorities from practice their religions. Any form of domination based on religion is in the violation of rights that a democratic society guarantees to each and every citizen irrespective of their religion. So therefore, the tyranny of the majority and the violation of fundamental rights that can result in one reason why it is important to separate the state and religion in a democratic society. So as it is clear to you that why we are separating religion from the state. So there are another reason also for this. So what is the another reason is that it is important to separate religion from the state in a democratic society is because we also need to protect the freedom of individuals to exit from their religion, embrace another religion, or have the freedom to interrupt religious teachings differently. To understand these points better, let's take the practice of untouchability. You might feel that you dislike this practice within Hinduism, and therefore you want to try and reform it. However, if the state power were in the hands of those Hindus who support untouchability, then do you think that it would have an easy task to try or to change this? Even if you were a part of dominant religious group, you might face a lot of resistance from the fellow members of your community. These members who have control of the state power might say that there is one interruption of Hinduism, that you do not have the freedom to interrupt this differently. So this is the reason why we have separate the state power from the religion, because no one can misuse it, no one can misuse, or no one can you can say that any person cannot force to another person to follow their religion. So they are free to adopt their religion and whatever they want. So now, what is Indian secularism? The Indian constitution mandates that Indian state be secular. According to the constitution, only a secular state can realize its objective to ensure the following: that one religious community does not dominate another, that some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community, that the state does not enforce any particular reason nor take away the religious freedom of individuals. So the Indian state works in various ways to prevent the above domination. First, it uses its strategy of distancing itself from the religion. The Indian state is not ruled by a religious group, and nor it supports any one religion. In India, government spaces like law courts, police station, government schools and offices are not supposed to display or promote any one religion. So you have seen also, like in the government school, if you say that government is not giving much importance to any one religion. If there is a Eid, then there is also a holiday. If there is Diwali, then holiday. Christmas, then holiday. The government provide equal rights or equal value to the all religion. But if you can see the example of the private schools, some are of the Christians who celebrate the Christmas, so they are giving the importance to any one religion. But government cannot do this because India is a secular state, India is a secular country, you can say. So that's why we are giving importance to every religion. So this was the Indian secularism. Next we will read tomorrow. Till then you cover these pages.